learners, I am Bharti Shandilya, working as an Assistant Professor Mass Communication in Kalindi College, University of Delhi. Today, we are going to learn about theories of public relations. So, what is the outline of this MOOC? In this MOOC, we are going to learn about public relation meanings and definition, public relation theories and their categorization. So, what is public relation? So, we are going to start by talking about two primary observation of two prominent personalities of public relation. One is Ron Thorenson, who says PR is a mix of journalism, psychology and lawyering. It's an ever-changing and always interesting landscape. On the other hand, Bill Gates says, if I down to my dollar, I would spend it on public relations. This is justified that public relation is the most important element of any organization and mass communication. So, public relation. What is the meaning and definition of public relation? Public relation is the combination of two words, public and relation. Public relation is a mixture of two independent entities, public and relation. Public means the group of people and relation is the connection. So, public relation is to establish a connection between the group of people of an organization. So, when public meets with relation, it became a public relation. So, according to Public Relations Society of America, public relation is a strategic communication process that builds mutual beneficial relationship between organization and their policies. Now, what are the key points of public relation definition? So, the first key point here is strategic communication process, strategy-based communication. So, public relation is a strategy-based communication. You need to have strategy if you wanted to communicate in the process of public relation. Mutually benefit relationship. So, it's a process of mutual benefit. It's a process of mutual benefit based on the relationship. And the fourth key point is organization. Organization refers to company and organization. And last but not the least, the people, the public. So, based on the definition of public relation, we can come up with three kind of theories of public relation. Before starting the theories of public relation, we need to understand the perspective of having a theory. A theory is a perception of determining the relationship between event and action. Public relation is a huge field and one single theory cannot cover all the aspects of this field. A public relation professional should have in-depth knowledge about important PR theories to run an organization. So, here are the three major categories of public relation theories. First is theories of relationship. Second, theories of persuasion and social influence. Theories of mass communication. Under these three categorization, we have identified three theories, each one of under this three categorization. First, system theory. Second, situational theory. And third, excellence theory. On the other hand, in the theories of persuasion and social influence, we have three kind of theories. Social exchange theory, diffusion theory and social learning theory. And in the theories of mass communication, we identified three theories, that is uses and gratification theory, framing theory and agenda setting theory. So, theories of relationship is based on the actions and the event, the relationship between action and the events in an organization. Under the theory of relationship, the first theory is system theory. Now, we need to understand the background of system theory. This theory is an approach which used to understand the interrelation responsibilities within an organizational system. In system theory, the system can refer to any part of organizational structure from the whole organization to a specific team. For a public relation professional, it is very important to understand the relationship between every part of the organization. That is why this system theory becomes more important, because this theory emphasizes to have an open system environment in an organization. An open system is based on the idea of two-way flow of communication. The two-way flow of communication is the flow of communication coming from the two ways. So, an organization with an open system use public relation professionals to gather information about relationship with the clients and the stakeholders. Through an open system, an organization can establish a two-way communication flow between the resource and the information. That is why system theory refers to the relationship between the resource and the information. What are the key points of system theory? We have four key points of system theory. The organization is influenced and influenced by the environment. Every part of the organization is interconnected and interdependent. Every part affect one another. To understand the system of an organization, one need to evaluate each and every point. So, in a system theory, four key points are very important to understand, because in an organization, if you are a PR professional and you wanted to run an organization, then you need to understand the whole system of the organization. So this system theory tells you that every organization have two kind of setup, and they setups are interconnected and interdependent with each other. So what is the importance of system theory? System theory is a relationship based theory, like we already discussed, which meant to understand the dynamics of the organization relationship with the stakeholders and the client. This theory caters to the system of organizational environments towards changing political, economic and social system. This theory can be used to examine the internal and external relationship between the stakeholders and the organization. Also, system theory caters to the relationship monitoring is very important to establish the public relation people. System theory addressed the peer professionals as boundary spinners, which elaborate their work of observing the internal work and external reaction. So, a public relation professional need to observe the internal environment of an organization, and also they need to take care of the reaction of the external people. So, these two elements are very important, and when system theory comes into account, it is very important to understand in a peer relationship, a peer professional need to understand the internal work and the external reactions of a organization. The second theory under the relationship theory comes is situational theory. Situational theory developed by Professor James E. Gurnig, 1968. So, what is this theory? Situational theory, like the name suggests, this is based on the situation, because every PR professional need to work in different kind of situation. So what is this theory is all about? This theory identified a target audience is the most crucial part in the process of public relations. The situational theory is a theory based on the identification of public and dividing them into smaller groups. Situational theory helps to explain why one group of people is different from other group of people in terms of involvement in an activity. So, a public relation official can build their communication strategies if they identify the type of public. So, in public relation, like we already discussed, public is the most important element. If you are working as a public relation professional, you need to understand what kind of public that you are dealing with. So, situational theory helps you to understand the different type of publics. So, this theory identifies three variables of public. First is problem recognition, second constraint recognition, and the third is level of involvement. Now, what are these three elements? How we can identify which is what? Okay, so problem recognition is the public who encounter the issue in the first place and recognize how the issue or problem can affect them. So this is catered to the active public, the public who encounter the problem and they were looking for the solution. Now constraint recognition refer to the persuasion of information of the public regarding a situation and its solution constantly. So in problem recognition, the public recognize the problem. In the second type of public, they recognize the problem and constantly looking for its solution in different phases. Now, level of involvement caters to the involvement of an individual to solve a problem. So, the three kind of problems that we are dealing with. So, in the first phase, we are having a problem and we are looking for the solution. In the second phase, we are continuously having problems and we are looking for the different kind of solution. But in the third level of involvement, we need to understand that in what level the public is involved in the problem solving process. So, information seeking and processing is the two major part of this theory. That is, information seeking is the information based on the public behavior of gathering information. If the public is aware and active, they will look out for the stories and information on the particular topic from different sources. And information processing, in the information processing system, the public will gather the information and the procession of information elaborate on the behavior of the public after receiving the information. If the public is aware and active, they will try to understand the information with the best ability, whereas the non-public and latent will not consume the information by themselves. They will only consume the information if it is spoon fed to them. So we have kind of publics that we already studied, that we have different kind of public and they have different kind of behavior. So in the process of information seeking and in the information processing, it says that the public who is active, they will seek the information and look out for the solution. But the non-active public and the latent public will not look out for the information. If they get the information, they will only sit and they will wait for somebody to spoon feed them the information. So what is the importance of this theory? So the key factor of this theory is public is situational. So every situation is based on public situation. So situation theory is based on situation and situation is based of public. So the situational theory suggests that public changes according to the situation and issues. The situational theory of public can help for the targeted message, designing for the right group of people. Thus, a PR professional need to understand the changing parameters of an organization and communication, the same to the public and employees. A situational theory helps a public relation professional to understand public and cater to the solution and to understand what kind of involvement they are having in any kind of situation. So the third theory in this, excellence theory. So what is excellence theory? Excellence theory specify how public relation makes organization more effective, how it is organized and managed when it is contributed most of the organizational effort, and the condition is organizations and their environments that makes organizations more effective, and how the monetary value of public relation can be determined. So this theory was developed by G.E. Goering in 1992. So excellence theory is considered as the most important theory in public relation because through which an organization can ensure the effective communication process through its publication strategies. Okay, so in the under the excellence theory, a public relation professional can excel to the effective communication. So if you are a public relation professional, if you wanted to understand how you can contribute to the effective communication process, so you can look after to the excellence theory. So what are the characteristics of effective communication? One is empowerment of public relation functions. So PR is important for critical management and function of our organization. Communicator role, a professional PR professional role is critical in communication process, and organization of communication functions. PR relations should be public relations should be an integral part of an organization for effective communication. Public relation model, it's a two-way communication model, should be established to ensure strong relationship building between public and organization. So effective communication is the key to effective public relation. So effective public relation is involved in the excellence theory. Excellence theory can help a PR professional to excel in the process of public relation and also in the effective communication process. Now, the second category of public relation theories are social exchange theory, diffusion theory and social learning theory. These three theories fall under the theories of persuasion and social influence. Now, what are these three theories? Why we include these three theories in the public relation theories? Because persuasion and social influence theories of public relations are based on the evaluation of audience persuasion and social impact. So in a process of public relation, we need to understand the strategic communication. So we need to understand the strategic communication. In the strategic communication, we need to understand the whole system of social exchange and also social learning. So that's why we are going to study these three theories under the PR theories. So theories of persuasion and social influence. Persuasion means theories of persuasion and social influence are based on the persuasion and audience. So what persuasion is? The use of communication in an attempt to shape, change and to reinforce perception, affect and cognitive and or behavior. So this is very important to understand in a PR system. It is very important to understand how the audience perceive the information. So persuasion is based on four elements: awareness, attitude, belief and behavior. So accepting first-hand information is the awareness. Tendency to like and dislike things is the attitude. Assessment that things are true or not, they are fall under the belief category, and observational actions is the behavior. These four elements are very, very important to understand when it comes to understand the theories of public relation. So the first theory is social exchange theory. Social exchange theory is a very interesting theory developed in 2008. This theory talks about this social exchange theory predicts the behavior and on the basis of economic metaphor. So this social exchange theory is based on the economic metaphor and the behavior of the audience. So what social exchange theory is? So social exchange theory describes that all people want to keep the cost low and high reward. So the social exchange theory describes that all people want to keep the cost low and the high rewards. This theory also brings a sociological perspective that deals with social exchange and stability in the process of service exchange. Also, this talks about the social exchange theory elaborate on the point of people to accept relationship only when the cost is low and reward is high. So this social exchange theory is based on the give and take relationship, but on a very different level. For example, if you are purchasing something, okay, so you are purchasing one thing in a very low cost, but that low cost will give you high benefit. So you will exchange your emotion. You will exchange your emotion. This is called the social exchange of emotion. So in a public relation also, you need to understand that public need to exchange their emotions, and they will exchange the emotion only when they will spend less and gain more. Especially in public relation, when public is always look into the predictable side of the product and services, social exchange theory become very, very prominent. So in a public relation setup, one public relation person who is dealing with public, they need to understand the needs of the public. So they will give the product in a low cost, and they will expect the exchange emotion and the exchange feedback they will give you after they use the product. So the next theory in this section is diffusion theory. So this is a very interesting theory. So this is developed by E.M. Rogers in 1962. So this theory talks about the diffusion and the innovation. So why we are studying this theory in public relation? Because diffusion is a process by which an innovation is communicated through certain channels over time among the members of social system. So Rogers gave this definition in 2010. So here we need to look out that diffusion theory deals with public and their behavior of information processing. Because we are studying this theory under the theories of persuasion, so this theory becomes more relevant in public relation. So what are the steps of diffusion? So if we need to understand the concept of diffusion theory, we need to understand the steps of diffusion. So diffusion have 5 steps: awareness, interest, evolution, trial and adaptation. So awareness is idea exposure. Second is interest of individual. The third is evolution, the potential of the idea. Fourth is trial, initial stage of the idea persuasion. And fifth is adaptation, idea acceptance. So one is the innovation. If the innovation happened, if public liked the idea, if they are interested in the idea, so then the idea become potential. If an idea become potential, then public will start making trial of it. And then after the trial, if they like the idea, if they like the evolution, if they like the innovation, they will adapt and they will adopt the idea. So this is the whole process of diffusion. So in public relation, communicating about the product and its benefit to the people is an essential part. In this regard, diffusion theory can help on PR professional to work towards their goals. So diffusion is important to make people aware about their products and their ideas. Next theory is social learning theory. That was also a very important theory. It developed in 1977. This theory deals with the social learning of people. Social learning theory explains the relationship between behavior and observation. So according to this theory, people can learn from their behavior traits from the observation. So in public relation, professionals can use this theory to understand and anticipate the behavioral change of employees by rewarding them for their work and hard work. So now the last section of theory is mass communication theories. Mass communication theories are 3 theories that identified in the field of public relation, that is uses and gratification theory, framing theory and agenda setting theory. So uses and gratification theory, developed in 1974, talks about how people use the information and after that they gratify their needs. So in this theory, the researcher says the audience is active, not the passive. So in the public relation professional, this is an important to understand the perspective of uses and gratification theory approach to identify how they can select a group of people and how actually they gratify their needs after using certain services or product. The next theory is framing theory, developed by Erving Goffman in 1974. This theory is based on the framing of the agenda. So this theory suggested that media focuses on certain events and frame them within the field of meaning in front of the audience. So in public relation, why this is important? Because the professionals use framing theory to frame a positive image of an organization. So also this theory suggests that if you wanted to communicate successful with one another, you must use common frame to be understood in the same manner. So the last theory in this section is agenda setting theory, that was developed in 1968. This theory is based on the agenda setting. Agenda setting theory suggests that the media sets the agenda for the audience. So researcher of this theory says that media sets the agenda for public. In public relation, agenda setting is considered to be an important framework to establish goal setting for the organization. Also, public relation professional always attempt to attract the media towards the institutional news for public consumption. PR department always spread the news considering media interest and public persuasion. So, if you wanted to make an agenda in the public, you need to look on the public and agenda setting theory.